You know, you know, I listen. You know, chapters like this chapters like this chapter make me really like take back and realize how much I really do love My Hero Academia the series. And right now, how it's my favorite shonen jump series or anime series or whatever. One Piece, I'm always going back and forth with them. Now, I don't read what's currently going on in the One Piece manga, but I'm watching the anime, but I still like what I get from One Piece. But every time it's like, I think I'm gonna have to put One Piece first. My Hero Academia just comes in and is like, for me personally, My Hero Academia comes in and is just like, my goodness, it is taking things beyond crazy. Now, am I saying My Hero Academia ranks up to One Piece? No, no, no. In my opinion, I prefer My Hero Academia over One Piece. And man, what we got here in this chapter, guys, what we got here was crazy. From, well, let me start this off. Again, I said it before, I'll say it again. This was chapter 800, chapter 282 was the most highly anticipated chapter yet. And man, do I just am I just crazily shocked that next week is going to be even more highly anticipated. Listen, this war arc, man. This war arc, seriously, right now is the best My Hero Academia arc we have gotten. Personally, if you ask me, my favorite arc of My Hero Academia up to what we gotten right now was the overhaul arc. I love the overhaul arc. Um, you know, and then this is happening. I'm like, oh my goodness. This chapter has so many twists and turns, and by the end of this chapter, you just have your heads on your hands on your head saying, what the F? So, you know how, like I said, everything could go wrong for the heroes? Well, I'll say that when I end this video off. Anyways, when we last left off, we obviously left off with Shigarashi looking to shoot the bullet through Ryuku's like hand and administer it and well, I'm not gonna say that word. Give it to Aizawa to take away his quirk. So in the meantime, we have Deku who's literally on this dude's back. And he's like, look, Shigaraki is definitely faster than me, but I'll make it so he can't escape and put an end to him for sure. Um, and he even says, like, I gotta end this fast and help Gran Torino. So he thinks that Gran Torino might still be alive potentially. I don't think he is, but who knows? Um, so anyways, I think someone got to mention that he's got the bullet in his hand and stuff like that. And in the meantime, my dude Deku legit goes balls to the wall and he is like, F this, I need to do my job here. I didn't come here to stand by, I came here to fight. And this dude goes 100% Wyoming Smash. Bro, when this gets animated, oh my goodness, the animation better look god tier here. The animation strictly for this war arc better be god tier animation. Because some of the things you see in this manga, when we got it from the war arc, needs to be animated like top 10. So if they do plan on doing any more movies, do not have a movie going on directly during the war arc. Hell, just say, yeah, we're gonna wait for the movie after this war arc is done, and then we'll animate the movie. Cause that was the one complaint about season 4, how the animation wasn't as good as it was supposed to be, obviously because Heroes Rising had their animators working on it. Okay, so this title is called Footfall of Destruction. Again, manga chapter 282. So obviously, you know, Deku smashes down, and as you can see Deku's freaking forearm smash down into Shigarachi's face. Well, his jawline essentially, like his jaws are exactly like in his arms in his mouth. And you can see in the manga panel, it's looking like Deku potentially probably broke Shigarachi's jaw here because you can see teeth falling out and stuff like that. Now, Shigarashi in inner monologue in his head says, "I feel like there's nothing that can stop me now, as long as I keep my dreams, my origin, within my heart." As he's shooting the bullet hits Eraserhead's Aizawa's leg, and yeah, this is when things get crazy. Now, if you thought things were gotten crazy, you think, "Oh crap, we're screwed." Now, Aizawa, after hearing that he's got the bullet, he says, "That's all I need to hear." It shows like obviously Eri thinking of Eri in that direct moment in time. And essentially, he comes to a rationalization, and without hesitation, what he does is this man Aizawa cuts his leg off. So I'm guessing the rest of the quirk, stealing drug is, doesn't go throughout his body and spread throughout his body. Mind you, he did this on the fly, and he just thought of it the moment the bullet hit. And he's like, "Nope, gotta chop one of my limbs off." So he amputates, cuts off his own legs to essentially keep his quirk alive and going. Okay, so it sucks that he had to lose a leg for it. But again, you can predict like I'll say how there's ways Aizawa can get his leg back or get a leg again. I'll talk about that over my reflection about this chapter. So obviously, Shigarashi is like monologuing, "Man, you are pretty damn cool, Eraserhead." But he mentions, but even you are bound to flinch. So he charges directly at him. He sends a shockwave ability, which, interesting, because even too, you see Aizawa also close his eyes. So now it's looking like, okay, he's got his powers back. Deku makes a mention he uses shockwave to propel himself away, thinking. So Deku using his black whip, he essentially does a Spider-Man thing and sticks to Shigarachi like he's glue. So then when Shigarashi comes right there, he grabs onto Aizawa's face, and he's like, "Now I can finally end this stupid game, damn it." And when it looks like, I literally thought, when I'm like, this dude's gonna smush the ever-living crap out of his face, and he's just gonna be like, boom, and it's gonna be it, and that's Aizawa over. And that's when I thought that was gonna happen. But Horikoshi, man. Horikoshi. The fact that there are people who hate and rip on Horikoshi, they can F the hell off. This man, God Horikoshi. Can I just say this, man? Everybody was always asking about this from weeks to weeks to weeks to weeks to weeks to weeks to weeks. And finally, he has arrived. Son Todoroki. And yes, Todoroki steps in. He uses his ice powers to essentially, it looks like in the panel, to essentially impale Shigarashi to get him away from Aizawa almost getting his face crushed by him. And Todoroki is here at the battlefield. When Shigarashi sees Todoroki, we finally get revealed that third light, that third shining light, Shigarashi was using when he was using his search quirk he got obviously from Ragdoll. He saw that one other light in the far distance was Todoroki on his way. And there you go, people. You got Todoroki at the battlefield now. So, not to say that everybody can finally shut up about asking, is Todoroki going to be there? Well, he's there now. He is there. So things just got crazy, and it's actually good that Todoroki got there on time. Anyways, in the meantime, even after Todoroki's attack, Deku comes in from black whipping quirk him, and he gives him Shigaraki another shot to the gut. And this is with his injured arm. And then one interesting thing too is he's got his black whip, quirk wrapped around his injured, arm, his broken arm essentially, because we all know that stuff. So I wonder, it might still be broken, but I wonder if his black whip quirk forming around his broken arm like that will be able to make his arm function, I guess, more stably. He'll still feel the pain every time he freaking punches, and it, outstresses his arms. But also like I said, instead of using, maybe Recovery Girl when he heals his thing, he could probably use Eri to re-heal his injuries as well, and stuff like that. So it's interesting. It's interesting. So he gets another smash. He runs directly to Aizawa with Rock Lock in hand, and essentially he's saying "Sensei, Sensei, Sensei." And in this moment, Aizawa's eyes are closed and he is passed out. So yeah. Then you have Shigaraki after the cloud of smoke in the cloud of dust. He's like, "So you protected him. So what? Delay the inevitable all you like. Destruction is all that awaits you." And as you can see in this one panel, this man Shigaraki has already re-healed. He's got some bruises and some, obviously scars, as you can see through his re-healing process. But you can see that this man Shigaraki now has his regeneration quirks back. And now that Aizawa's, down for the count, now that he's passed out, he's probably more than likely got all his quirks back. And so all that damage it did to him when he didn't have no quirks was all for nothing. And now they truly are screwed. So now it seems like, it was a stranglehold to beat Shigaraki with no quirks. How are they gonna fare with him now that he's got every quirk from All for One? Yeah. Anyways, it cuts back to the evacuees, where we see Ochako, Sue, and Ida, and essentially they're hearing that what's going on? We can't get in contact with anybody else because obviously the comms are down. Now Ochako says maybe we should just go after them and go see, what's going on and stuff like that. But then, you see these civilians reacting to this news broadcast on their phones, and they see that this news guy's on the news says, "Evacuate these affected areas." He goes on to say, "I repeat, a supermassive villain is currently making a beeline directly north from Mount Gunga in the Wakima Prefecture to Jakku City in the greater Kyoto region." And yeah, so you see some panels. The guy in the news is talking about through all the cities he's passing through to get to Jakku. You see this one screenshot in the jungle, and you see some heroes look like down for the count, or even worse, maybe dead. I believe you see Gang Orca's hand here too, as well as another heroes. And Ochako goes to mention most heroes are away for this mission, right? And then the last two manga panels, which is a whole manga panel to begin with, you see Gigantomachia about to charge through a city, to get to Jakku. Okay. Oh, also the next chapter will hit September 6th. So I actually thought we were going to get a break here, but no, we're not getting a break. My Hero Academia's next manga chapter will be coming back next Sunday. So a week from now. Or next week. Next week on Sunday. Next Sunday. But regardless. Gigantomachia's jawline is legit covering his eyes. So is he in like some rampage mode now? Another thing to mention. it seems like the little thing that was supposed to put him to sleep, the syringe that was supposed to put him to sleep, it didn't work and has no effect on him or something like that. Listen, like I said, everything that could have went wrong for the heroes went wrong. Now, in terms of the Gigantomachia stuff, he's charging there, and when he gets there, they're screwed. The League of Villains are definitely on the back, so we will probably be having seeing a Dabi, Todoroki, and Endeavor showdown. Two, another thing to mention about the forest area as well as the Gigantomachia stuff. What happened to the other heroes that started to climb on Gigantomachia's back to take care of the League of Villains on top of them? Also, what happened to Momo and the others in Class 1A as well as the Class 1B students? Have they kicked the bucket? Are they severely injured? We don't even know. And I honestly think for the most part, we won't find out unless next chapter, they cut back to a flashback to understand what the heck's going on and how Gigantomachia is still moving. Again, we don't know. Maybe the syringe never had no effect on him. Maybe it wasn't strong enough to knock him out. But he should be asleep, and he's not. So things just went from bad to worse. Well, honestly, right now it's the worst possible outcome because, Gigantomachia is on the way. Aizawa's knocked out, so that means Shigarashi is quirk. So that means the heroes are aka screwed. This entire war, the heroes look like they had the upper hand. Just one thing that changed, just one little thing that changed, and I believe it wasn't just killing Shigarashi on the spot, essentially. Just one little change was that reason. They should have killed Shigarashi when he was in his little test tube. That one change has made everything worse. The heroes are winning, and then now the villains are getting the last laugh. I don't know what's going to happen next. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention about Aizawa's leg. Ways I could bring back Aizawa's leg. If he manages to somehow survive whatever's going to happen in the next couple of chapters. Because I'm just seeing the next couple of chapters, I feel like the moment Gigantomachia is going to get there, they're going to have to retreat. And they're going to have to do, which we'll probably see another sacrifice. Probably by Endeavor. Now that Todoroki's there, and he'll probably see his father sacrifice his life for everybody there, which will make him respect his father more, nevertheless, much more. Anyways, how always Aizawa can get now. One, everybody can point out if he survives this, if they can find some way for Eri to rewind things again, how she can unlock her powers to rewind things. She could potentially maybe rewind Aizawa back to the point before the war started where he has his leg and everything. So that too, as well, it could also help with injuring Deku's, rehealing Deku's arm. And also the fact that even though she can't control it, Aizawa still has his quirk to be able to, turn it off when it's like, okay, I can have you turn off the quirk and not be able to use it and stuff like that. Or if they want to just go the natural route, which is have Aizawa get a prosthetic leg, they can always go that route too. If they don't want to go the area route, he can get a prosthetic leg, like a robotic leg or something like that to, I guess it would cover the fact that, you wouldn't really be affected by another Kuroko Racing Bullet. I think there is another My Hero Academia character that has a prosthetic, limb and stuff like that. So yeah. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens next. It seems like we'll probably we might focus back to the forest element to see how it led to Gigantomachia being there, as well as we might get some scenes with really All for One Shigarashi, our full power Shigarashi versus the remaining heroes there, which essentially, honestly, to goodness, is Endeavor hitting, fumes about to overheat, and you got 3 UA students who, you know, are talented in their own individual ways, but it's definitely looking like it's leading up. It's going to be leading up to be like Endeavor, Bakugo, Deku, and Todoroki versus Full Power Shigarashi, because Ryuku's down for the count because her arm's legit broken. Rocklock can't do anything. Aizawa's down for the count. So it's a legit coming to the end game here, guys. And I think the end of this war arc is no. And like I said, I feel like when Gigantomachia somehow gets there, if somehow Bakugo, Deku, and Todoroki and Endeavor all hold him off till they get there, I feel like that's when we're gonna get a retreation from those three guys. They're gonna grab Rocklock and everybody. They're gonna get out of there. And I feel also too that's when Deku's gonna activate his float quirk as well, which is going to also help getting him out of there with his float ability. They're gonna retreat. Endeavor might sacrifice his life, which I feel like it's leading up to Endeavor sacrificing his life. I know it's gonna be emotional to see, but it just feels like Endeavor's gonna sacrifice his life. It's leading up that he's gonna pull like maybe a potential Vegeta moment where he does like some big explosion, which sacrifices his life, which, you know, it's gonna make the heroes retreat. But yeah, like I said, Shigarashi is, man, he is winning, and the League of Villains seems like they are going to be winning this fight soon. So yeah, so if you guys like the video, leave a like. In the comment section, what's your thoughts for what could be potentially happening next? As well as, and hit that subscribe button to get more My Hero Academia content. So till then, guys, I'll see you guys next Sunday for My Hero Academia 2 Chapter 283 review. Till then, guys, hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.